Good morning. Happy Monday. It is already May 20th. Can you believe it? I cannot. Time is just flying by. So, I was thinking last week of kind of what I wanted to talk about this week on Motivational Monday. And the question I wanted to ask is, what are you pouring into your relationships? That was kind of the thought that I had. And so, let me tell you a little bit of what I mean by that. What not only so what are you pouring in? So when you have a friend that comes to you or a family member, so let me give you an example. I love, love, love when my husband is in my corner and he's supportive. And, if somebody is wrong to me, I know that he's not going to appreciate that. Or my parents, for example, if somebody wrongs me, like it is very hard for them to come back from that because they're very protective and defensive, right? And a lot of times, if I'm venting to even my mom, she will, of course, validate my frustrations and vent with me. But I'm going to tell you something. What I love the most is when my mindset is challenged. And so, when my husband or my mom say to me, well, did you look at it this way? Or did you think of that? Or what about this? Or how would you feel if you were in their shoes? And it just really inspires me and grows me. That's what I love and value the most. In fact, I have probably about 8 to 10 friends who I've had lifelong friendships with that I don't talk to every day. In fact, I don't even talk to every week or every month sometimes because life gets busy, but I could pick up the phone anytime and be there for them. And I'm going to tell you that I've learned that my value with them comes from always pouring into them the best for them, if that makes sense. So I had a situation one time with one of my friends where it was a crummy situation and she had absolutely rightfully been wronged, and she wanted to address the situation and everybody was in her corner, and it was like, yeah, let's do this, and I told her, whatever you want to do, I'm in your corner, but I don't think this is what you want to do. I don't think this is actually what you should do. I don't think this is true to who you are. And she once told me later, she said, you were the only person that gave me a second perspective. Everybody else was just in my corner. And so that prompted, just kind of things I've been going through again in life is prompted me to ask what you fuel. I had another situation where I had some family members, and one was going through some changes and some growth, and was making some decisions that were hurtful to me. But as that would happen, I would then take the hurt and I would allow my other family members to see it. I would allow my kids to see it. I would allow my husband to see it. And what I noticed is I was fueling into them animosity towards another family member. And it hit me loud and clear that, right or wrong, at some point when I wanted my family to be whole, I was going to make the battle twice as hard because of what I was fueling. So hopefully that ramble has just kind of got you thinking about, what are you fueling? When somebody comes to you, when they're going through something, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's financially, whether it's mentally, what are you fueling? Are you fueling growth? Are you fueling open perspective, open-mindedness? Are you fueling other perspectives? Or are you just simply, being that person that fuels them with validation, for their current situation? Because there's always, no matter how great you are, no matter how awesome you are, no matter how open-minded you are, there's always potential for growth. There's always potential for learning. There's always potential to do something a little bit better and to just take heed what that other person's going through a little bit more. So this week, as you go forth, I would just encourage you to really think about what you're fueling, what mindset you're fueling. And it's funny because after I decided I was going to talk about this, my partner on Mega Moms, she put out a Sunday scripture last night, and she was talking about, obviously, the 7 habits of highly successful people. And in there, which I think I can actually pull it up real quick, there was the little template that he has. Oh, let's see, it's in my email. So there was the template from the book that he has that goes over point of view. And so you can probably see that. So it goes over point of view, and it's, the scarcity mindset. So a lot, if you have worked with me in business, you've heard me talk about, don't work from a place of scarcity. That's something that I'm huge on. And so scarcity, your point of view typically is that you are a victim, you're being bullied, you're being pushed out, you've checked out. Whereas the mindset of abundance is you're in the driver's seat, right? And it goes over physical energy, mental, emotional. But the bottom line is really you should always have that mindset of abundance, even for yourself and for your family and friends. You should want more for them. You should want more for their relationships. You should want growth. You should want even the person that maybe you don't have a good relationship with. You should want them to have a good relationship with them. And so you should be fueling that growth. You should be fueling that positivity. You should be fueling that mindset. So this week, get out there, encourage each other, encourage your mindset, stop, pause, look. Don't reflect on everything that's been done wrong to you. We can all do it. We can all make a list of 100 reasons why we are validated, why we feel wronged. But you know what? We're not going to grow from that. We're not going to grow from validating our wrongs. I had a huge aha in business a couple weeks ago. I've had someone who, by, I guess, technical legalities, had a piece of business that was mine. And I was contemplating saying something to the person, and it's been a long time coming. And I got to tell you the truth. I took time because, like I talked about a couple weeks ago, or maybe it wasn't on here, maybe it was on my podcast. I talked about making sure that you respond and not react in business. So I took time to pray on it and think about it, and I'm glad I didn't just react, because I wanted to react and give them the whole spiel of I trusted you and I thought this and I trust that. And when I responded, guess what? It's my fault. It was my fault I didn't get that business, because there was nothing stopping me from continuing that relationship. I could have continued that relationship and I would have got the business that way. So even though that person in black and white was wrong, and even though that person in black and white didn't do what they were supposed to, I could have had a different outcome had I made different choices. So fuel that mindset. Fuel the mindset where you always find what you could have done different and how you can change things. And then kick butt, get out there, do what you got to do, hustle, make your dreams come true, and live deep from your core, knowing that why, and stay committed to your why. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. All right. Bye, guys.